lay up. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Way up. On track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going on track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going. Keep the same energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, this is 7 seas. I deal with life different, make that limit squeeze. Went off for my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me. On track, now we going way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Way up. On track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going on track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going. I got his hit.
Yo, what's up? Oh my God, I was cooking on that one earlier today.
Fire,
Listen, we had to turn it up a little bit. I was getting inspiration from Yuga. They're turning up. They're giving us so much fucking information. Our hair's on fire. I figured, you know what? It's time for a new intro. So listen, hey, we appreciate you being here. If you haven't yet, hit us with a retweet on Twitter. If you're watching us there on YouTube, if you haven't subscribed yet, why not? Last time, if you subscribed, you would have got more enchanters. I mean, you saw it live with the three of us. There was just more enchanters that populated if you subscribed. And again, we appreciate you being here. We really love it. You guys make the conversation so much more. So dudes, Bryce, how has your week been, my friend?
Oh man, the week has been off to a fantastic start with, Legends of the Marra coming out. It's been super fun to kind of dig through that. There's just entirely too much information and data to sift through and figure out, vessels versus Marra versus deeds. There's just a lot of different data to work with. So been fun digging through that. Overall, week's going pretty good so far.
Dope. Agreed. So much data. Again, it's like we could probably have like a 5, 6, 7 hour show just breaking out Legends of the Marra, because there really is a lot of details there. And I know you guys have been jumping into it a little bit more than I have the last 24 hours. But nonetheless, I'm excited to talk Legends of the Marra. I'm excited to talk all things board things. Mr. Raving Ape, how are you, Mr. Will?
What's up? Just another day grinding the vote for votes in the forge.
Yes, sir.
For some rare legendary augments.
And a frog in his throat. Let's fucking go.
Excuse me.
It's so fired up voting. He's got frogs everywhere. Let's go. Dude, I love it. Yeah. So I know you've been talking a bit on the timeline, the two of you, about Legends of the Marra. So we're not going to jump into it too much, but just your quick 10 to 15 second, what are your thoughts thus far? Fun or not?
Yo, it's dense.
Yes, bro.
Like,
dude, I love that.
If you think you're gonna just like look at it and have it figured out in like 30 seconds, you're wrong. It is literally there's levels to this shit, right? Where it's like I don't know. We're cooking up some sauce. We're gonna try and put together a little cheat sheet that might help guide your decision when you're crafting combinations onto your land, so you can effectively use your resources or your characters. They call them characters, right? Creatures,
yeah.
Because I mean, there's some things where it's like the TLDR. If you're farming fragments, there's a rounding feature for both the top and the bottom. So like the bottom one is your speed, the top one is your production. So you can kind of use those rounding numbers to like potentially find undervalued things, or you could be like, oh, I don't really need to put my highest of my high enchanter here. I can still make do with a lower tier enchanter and still get the same level of production. And then I can slot over my other enchanter somewhere else. I don't know. We're going to come up with a whole bunch of stuff that hopefully tries to like streamline it and make it extremely simple, so that you can be like, this is what I got. This is the configurations I'm trying to achieve.
Right.
Or just to see like what's possible. And I think it'll be useful if we can get it together, but it's not a lot, dude. It's going to take a little bit of time because we do not I mean, Bryce and I were sitting here hammering it out for 2 hours this afternoon, and it was just like, holy crap, there's so much to go through.
Right.
And then before you know it, we're going to have the shattered interface live, and then that'll be a whole nother thing to dive into and worry about. So
Listen,
I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it comes out by this weekend.
Buckle freaking up. Raving Alpha is right, Nana. Welcome in, Nana. Appreciate you being here. Raving fucking Alpha. That should be your new name. Dudes, yeah, for real. So before we get into Legends of the Marra, we're going to do a couple other things. There was actually a shit ton that happened this week. Let's just not even fucking play around, okay? So we had, obviously, as always, Apecoin votes just closed at the top of the hour, and so we'll go through those at a rapid-fire pace, and I'll tell you exactly the way that I voted and maybe some sentiment there. Then we're going to talk about, holy shit, BAPE and BAYC. Who would have thought that was coming, right? We've been talking about and almost like just thinking it was the perfect collab. Well, that news drops this week, which again, fucking start our hair on fire. Here we go. We got Ape Fest schedule that dropped today. We got freaking heavy metal. We're still hunting. Fucking Will's making like 100,000 shot kills on these damn. I don't.
Dude, that's been, yeah.
This cat is a wizard over here. And then, of course, the majority of tonight's show, we're really gonna peel back some layers on Legends of the Marra because I'll be honest again, my quick 10-second. What have I experienced? And I haven't done a lot. I'll be honest, dude. I love it because it is dense, because there's so many layers to it. It's like a fucking great book or great movie. You know what I mean? Like there's so much more to it than when you maybe just first look at it. I love the way the UX, all of that is high quality. I know obviously they're doing some testing. I saw a tweet from Discord on them trying to get the Shattered up and running and rolling. And I'm sure we'll see that. But like overall, my quick like just sentiment check is it's fucking bomb. Bryce, what's your sentiment check thus far in Legends of the Marra? We got dense, bomb, layers. What else are you thinking?
Slow. That's probably going to be the biggest thing.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a super, and I think people keep forgetting that, because I was debating earlier. I was like, damn, I'm going to floor like most of my deeds so I can just like fully stack my remaining ones. But then I'm like, this whole thing doesn't end at Legends of the Marra. There's stuff coming after it. Same with heavy metals too. So
right.
Definitely try to keep the big picture in mind. And
yeah.
But sentiment's bullish overall. I think we're just getting started.
Agreed. Just getting started, and it will be slow. And I actually love that, to be honest with you, because I don't know about you guys, but I still have my normal job. I'm not a full-time pro gamer yet, but who knows? 2024, maybe we're all just pro gamers. All right, gentlemen. So very quickly, we're going to run through the Apecoin Dow because we love Apecoin. We love being powered by Apecoin. Shout out again, as always, to thank Ape. There were 6 proposals this week. And so the first one was just a mission statement. Basically, there was 8 options, 9, including none of the above. And as you can quickly see, 80% of people said, hey, get back in there and try again. And basically the biggest sentiment was they thought it was too wordy or too flowery. All the big voters voted none of the above. And that's a little bit, we can talk about it briefly. As I'll be honest, it's hard in the Dow right now. You need them big voters, or otherwise it doesn't mean shit. Like you could have 80% holders, but none of the big whales, and you're just getting bombed to the abyss. So I don't know. It feels like it can feel like your vote doesn't matter, but it does. You can still vote with one Apecoin, make your voice heard. I think even if you want to abstain, that's still a voice to be heard. So I think I voted for number 2, option 2, but again, it got bombed away by none of the above. So they'll have to go back in there and hit it again. They've been working on this forever, it seems. The governance and operations budget. So basically, this proposal just broke down how and what money they would need to run for 6 months. And so they kind of had a little breakdown here of the schedule, the timeline, if you will. And that included, really everything. You could go down here, the personnel, the operations, all of it. Okay. And so and I said this as well on some spaces over the week, because I think it's important to speak your mind. Sometimes it can feel hard because you can like people and it could still not impact what your thought is on an idea, right? Like Bryce and I, we're friends. I would say that we're definitely great friends. We could still disagree on a topic and we're still friends. It doesn't break our friendship. And I think that's important to remind. And I have to remind myself that at times, because I don't like to offend people. And so my biggest takeaway, I voted to abstain. And here's my thinking. I understand we have a budget and we need a budget. Like these people are working. They're fucking working. They need to get paid. I'm not in the business of having people work for free. I do too much of that shit in education. Shout out to teachers in America. Congrats on the free fucking work you get to do. But I had a little bit of I wanted more discussion and thought, maybe that's how I'll put it, on some of the payments of jobs that are already in place, because they're substantial. And I'm not saying that people shouldn't get paid a living wage, but, and I'll be super transparent and super personal. What I make teaching 6th grade kids and keeping them alive, right? And like hopefully imparting some knowledge on them.
Shaping their future.
Yeah, literally shaping the future potentially of the world in some small way, even if it's a small way.
Creating one degen at a time.
I get paid almost half of what some of these positions are getting paid a month. And so that, to me, that's just hard. Like, that's just a tough thing. And that, I know that's personal. And I know that's like, that doesn't mean that they shouldn't make more than what I make now. I think teachers in America don't make enough. That's a side topic that I could talk about forever. But at the end of the day, it was hard for me. I love the conversations. Like, I believe they need to get paid because they're working their ass off. At the end of the day, they're working their fucking ass off, and we see them. These are the people that have been here since the beginning, just grinding their ass off. But I just like discussions about payment, because I think sometimes in Web3 space, just again, my opinion, I could be wrong, and I still love all these people and all of you listening too. Sometimes the payment structures in Web3 is a little bit crazy to me. Some of the payment is wild as fuck. Like, if I'm just being honest, and that's my opinion. Doesn't mean that those positions aren't valued. Not just this, I'm talking Web3 in general. But I would have loved to, and that's why I voted abstain. Not because I don't think they should be paid, but because I thought maybe a little bit more discussion on what do these jobs actually entail. And they started to put more of that information out, which I appreciated. But I also don't need to like hold their hand and like check in on them, right? That doesn't need to be a micromanaged thing, but discussion is important to me. Nonetheless, congratulations. It went through with a 9.8 million ape, so 64%. Next up, you had the merch apes, free luxury Apecoin varsity jackets. And I'll be honest, I think they ran into a buzzsaw because what came out this week? Well, the BAPE Collab. And it was like, fuck, that's got to be like the worst timing ever for someone that wants to do like luxury goods. Like, god damn, dude. If it could have come out.
How are you going to compare to that?
Yeah. And so basically, I think what happened, and they wanted to do this free to claim, and you had to have so many Apecoin. And I like the idea, and I've talked to Zupi before as well. The creator of this AIP, I thought it was a dope idea, but like it was just terrible timing, honestly. Like, and that's the biggest thing, is it's just really, really tough timing. So the against was 9 million, which is just over 65% to a 28% for the fantasy game. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I listened to that topic a bit and I was out completely. I thought it was wild as hell, and it felt like someone that just needed a lot of funding, which is, again, all love to them. But I'm really glad that smarter minds prevailed against 7.2 million, 55%, and most abstained. So that's fine. That's great. Establishing the special counsel's accountability practice. And I would love both your takes on this. I'm going to give you mine. Basically, this was voted largely in favor. I actually voted against it, and I'll tell you why. This is basically weekly reports for the special counsel on things they're doing. I don't think it's a bad thing to have some of these accountability practices, but like weekly sounds crazy to me.
Yeah, weekly is a little too much.
It sounds wild to me.
Every other week, or once a month or something.
And who's reading these? Because like I ain't reading it.
Yeah.
No, for sure. And so like, again, like that's a good point though, Will. It's like, who is actually, like, after a week or two, like, let's be real, who's actually reading these? Like, probably not many people. So I don't mind the accountability idea across the board for all people that are employed, by the Dow, but I think there's some better way to do that. And I don't have the answer, by the way. I'm not saying it's easy to come up with AIPs. It doesn't matter, because guess what? You're going to be seeing weekly reports, and I guess maybe we can break them down. Yeah, right. I'm not reading. Jerry's going to be like, I took a shit at 9 p.m. and I read some AIPs on the shitter. Like,
worked on a banner at 11.
Yeah, worked on some sick banners for the community. Nana, I agree. The varsity jacket AIP would have been great to go through. Saw his work in person. Dude, I know. I saw the like the cloud one, right? Like, it's dope as hell. So again, I think the timing was just shitty for that one. Unfortunate timing. Request for use of Apecoin digital license in order to create and sell merchandise. So basically they wanted to be able to create their own goods, sell them, make money from that, but it would not cost the Dow anything. Against voted 9 million towards against, which is 65%, 3.9 million for. A lot of it was just like, we don't want to be CCO. That was Machi. I appreciate Machi. He writes comments. If you look at his voting, he'll write comments on like all of them, which I like. I like that he does that. And some people are like, yeah, check out what Machi said. We agree. So it's like, I don't know. I get it, because that would kind of be like Bored Ape allowing Bored TV to use the ape skull and go make merch.
I would love it.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Like, let's fucking do it, you know? But the reality is, that's, I don't know, it's a sticky situation.
Mm-hmm.
And that is it.
Diluted NFTs. We don't need to dilute physical merch. I mean,
no, I agree. So overall, like, I think it was a good week. The big ones were really the budget was the biggest. I think the most impactful one, just because that was like, I think it was 500,000 was the payment for that overall. And so again, we love that they have a budget. We love that they're going to continue to get paid. All of that is great, and I'm happy for them. I just think more discussion is always good. I don't think you can fault me for that. On a side, little quick tangent, I see that Bryce is rocking his motherfucking codependent. And you know what? I also am rocking with the small freaking chain.
Let's go. Yeah, because this isn't the chain it came on either. It's a different one.
Yeah. So this is the small chain. We got the Gucci pendant. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if I'll wear this out, but it's fire as fuck. It's heavy. Like, you can feel there's quality there. The side engraving and shit, like all that is cool. Like, honestly, high quality. You can tell it's high quality. Very, like, instantly, you could just tell it's high quality. So
I've definitely used the little side. I don't even know what you would call those, but they're like scratch my chest from time to time. Those things are sharp,
dude. About to pull my chest hair out is what's gonna happen, bro. Got way too much of that. I'm gonna go back to this very briefly. Biggest issue with apparel proposals and most apparel and merch we've seen in the spaces. I agree completely. Extremely poor. Yep. To be honest with you, Bill, and we've talked about this, the three of us, a lot, like a lot about merch. Because overall, we agree. Like, a lot of what we've seen, it's I would just say tacky a lot of the times. Like, it, and that's, again, we love that people want to use, you know, their IP. We love that people want to do stuff for Apcoin Dow. All that's fucking awesome. Keep doing it. But like, can we? I don't know. Can we make it a little bit more classy? I'm not some, like, I don't wear like suits every day, but can we make a t-shirt look dope? Let's see here. Not a
merch.
Listen, let's get some fucking merch cooking here for Bored TV for real. Not a good reflection of the brand, in my opinion. Only to really trust. Yep, agreed. Yep. And then Trader Blue, dude. I'm also not a jewelry guy really at all, and this thing's dope. Like, truly, I'll be honest. I wasn't sure I would ever put this on my neck, and it felt just right today. Because once I got it, I showed my wife. She thought it was cool too. My wife's dope. I'm gonna be honest with you. My wife's dope because she puts up with me talking about fucking monkey JPEGs and buying Coda pendants. Like, shout out to the wives out there. It's fire. Agreed, Trader. All right, gentlemen. So we talked a little bit about this Gucci collab, and it's a perfect transition into, guys, what do you think about the announcement this week of BAPE times BAYC, the collab that I feel like just felt so right.
Took them long enough. What, over 2 years? I'm like, holy cow.
We've all been talking about it. So, Bryce, what was your, I guess, again, it was still surprising though, right? Like, because you just didn't know. Like, you can't assume it's going to happen. So what was your quick initial thought when you saw it?
I mean, initial thought, it's dope, right? Yeah. It's awesome that we're collabing with a brand that, you know, isn't our little Web3 niche. So
correct.
Anything that kind of gets the Yuga name and Bored Apes out into the world, I am here for it.
Dude, agreed. Will, your take on the Bored Ape? By the way, side note, if you haven't seen it, this will be premiering at Ape Fest, and you'll be able to order it online if you can attend, which is freaking cool. And it's open to the public, which is also cool. Let's go. Will, what you think?
Yeah, you know, there's so many little nuggets in that in the other post that it's just cool. I mean, it's cool that this is potentially going to be the first time Curtis kind of makes his appearance on a piece of merch.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is just like them teeing up the collab, or if this is going to be the design they rock with, kind of like how it was like, I'm blanking. The Atom Bomb one with the
Atom Bomb
BAYC.
Squad right here.
Yeah.
I got it right here.
Yeah. So they had two cool logo variations. The one with the BAYC skull with the little bomb thing at the top, and then the overlay, which was also pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where they go with this. It looked like there was some shoes in the corner. It looked like there was some other potential merch items kind of hanging out in that initial the closet image. Look at that. So many
Look at that, my boys.
There's a roll of toilet paper down there that's branded. I mean, are they going to sell us toilet paper? I mean,
they have
before.
Maybe. Franelations tweeted out that he actually has like this toilet paper.
Okay.
Yes. So I'd be curious if they bring that back as like, again, a piece of this collection, right?
Like, they have toilet paper that has little BAYC skulls like printed on it. I'm buying all the rolls.
All of it. I'm max minting the rolls.
And then we're TPing the clubhouse whenever it opens.
No, for real. I love this though. You're right, Will. So much to look at. Shoes. Can we please get some cool? Like that'd be dope. We've been waiting for a really sick. I mean, shout out to Adidas. You have some sick shoes, but man, something more. I don't know. Something more swamp. I don't know.
Yo, I will say though, Curtis, fucking clean up your room, dog. Like, what is this?
This dude is
a mess.
Living in the freaking yacht club. What do you expect, bro? Like, come on. Also, I love that this is the only other shirt he has. It's great. We love it. We love the shirts. We love the collab. And so again, like for us, it's always a plus. How can you be against a dope freaking collab with a dope brand? I mean, just add it to the list, right? You had Gucci, you got Adidas, you have all these people that have already collabed, and now just another one that again has felt like it just was right for so long to see it actually, come out today, or not today, this week, and for them to announce that it will be at Ape Fest. I'm excited. I'm super excited to see what it is and where it goes. Treasure map as well. Oh, in that picture, yeah. So man, there's like, who knows, dude? The sky is limitless for real. All right, gentlemen. So we talked collab, we talked Apecoin. Let's talk an update on heavy metal. I'm gonna throw it to Will because this guy is a fucking wizard. He's got a
dude. I'm over here doing some vote for votes in the background because there's just not enough time in the day. It feels like sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
That's because you got like 1 million votes per day that you have to make. I think.
Sure, while he's doing vote for vote, I'll rip open some chests.
Let's
let's go.
I've got a few chest opening. Legendary. Yeah, super excited. Again, still just very
audio.
I got you. My
bad.
I got it.
Do I have to turn it down?
No, you're good. You're good.
We take battery refills.
Dude, so like I'm like completely done with chests. I'm not touching another key. I'm not touching another chest. It's a waste of time.
I don't want to
that right there.
Anything good except for garbage.
I wish I could just like delete because I don't even want to put this in my.
Yeah. I wish there was like the gather all button or like, just trash it all.
I'll take again, that's an uncommon plasma from a legendary chest.
That's tough, dude.
Are you kidding me?
That's one thing that people have said too, right? Is like, can we get some more like dope shit in the chest?
Yeah.
Even if just random, like, what if it was a
couple
Apecoin or
gears? They could have put some gears in the chest.
Yeah, right. Anything. Some vitamins.
Just a little. Hey, we're keeping that on the DL.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Moving on.
But yes, the chests are chests. We're kind of against the chest at the current iteration. That's what we'll say.
So, but I mean, we haven't really talked too much about like the whole situation here, but I mean, obviously we're building up augments, getting as much legendary materials as we can. I'm not getting that bio crap, the little circular ones. I'm only getting the Technic material. And then of course, if you go in the shimmer biome, picking up them tech stones is the way to go.
Yes, that is 100% the way to go. The tech stones and the shimmer.
And those.
I have not been hunting a bunch. I'll be honest. It's been really tough to find time to do it. I still like it though. Like I know it's whatever. It's kind of boring or it doesn't take a lot of talent, whatever that is. I've still enjoyed just like the puzzle of it still. Like understanding, like we're talking about right now, what should I pick up? What should I dump? Like what am I actually looking for when I go in there? I think the more you play, you start to figure that out. Go ahead, Bryce.
Yeah, I'm definitely like anything that's not legendary, I don't pick it up.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how
I'll pick up like the epic tech stone and then I'll use my legendary gemstones to refine some stuff if I'm like, because like those are like the things I'm like constantly needing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Basically though, I kind of here I'll pull mine up real quick and we'll we'll dive into this.
Yeah, I don't think smashing chests is very fun.
Yo, as we're
talking
about, the fucking hunt, gentlemen, we've talked about this in the back end. I think we'll do a post on this too. But if you're listening, we're gonna start giving out some daily votes via our board guild Discord. Just go in there. We're gonna make it super easy, and we're gonna give you fucking votes. You don't have to give anything back for us. We're gonna have some votes for this. If you're still grinding the hunt, grinding the forge, we will have a bunch of votes in there daily that you can. We'll just do giveaways, which is fun. We like it. We like the fun. Mr. Arabian Ape, what you showing us? Oh god,
so
clean your damn room, dog.
Yeah, we're not worrying about that right now. We're just gonna toodaloo move on right through that. Yeah, so I mean, basically the name of the game, get legendaries, but a lot of people kind of gloss over these different stats that you get. So I think it was OX Damp who posted a screenshot that showed all of the different tier or different max stats that you can receive in each slot. So like attack can max out at 109, speed maxes out at 69, shield at 99, range at I want to say it's either 99. Yeah, I think range is 99. A battery 109, radar 99, and then shield 109. So like what you're really trying to do here is like this one's cool. For instance, 108 attack, but the shield is so low compared to what it could be. So like if you go through, you can see like the little arrows. It gives you ups and downs of like, oh yeah, this is great. Oh yeah, this is shit. So like here's one that I will probably like when I'm not trying to like max hit something, and we go in to fight the dungeon guy. Like I'm probably gonna rock with this 105 shield, 106 attack, even though it drops me down 2, it brings me up 17 shield. There's just some things that are still TBD on, the play style when it comes to the big boss. But I think definitely trying to maximize the stats down here is by far the objective. You definitely want to hop on that. You don't want to slack off too much. And then also too, like companions, holy smokes, bro. These give you like the little companion guys give you just that much extra bit of boost. So like without companion, my attack is 474, and then I get to add an extra 99 because I have a companion. Like it's pretty wild. So it makes all the companions significantly stronger than just the base ones, the non-companion ones, which is a fantastic perk for the companion ones. But there's also little boost differences in the base stats across all of the different types. So it may not look like a lot, but let me tell you, the more numbers you put on the board here, so like if I've got attack 105, attack 99, attack 106, and attack 108, all of those combined increase your initial attack stats. You boost that up with some infusions, you pop some pills, and you're just, max boosted out. You can hit some insane numbers, which will make defeating the big boss that much easier. And then hopefully, I don't know. I mean, if it's a competition to see how many times you can beat the dang thing, it's going to be people, trying to get as much energy as quickly as possible, running through the rift, trying to collect maybe key parts. I don't know. This is kind of just some speculation, but I kind of feel like maybe you have to collect key parts and then you go into a shimmer biome, and then the big boss is in the shimmer biome. Yeah. Something. I don't know. There could be all sorts of things. Or maybe you need 5 key parts, put it together, and that gives you access to another portal. There's things that could be done. There's also different types of bosses, and maybe it's just one big boss and you can just fight it on different biomes. I don't know. But I think there's a lot of cool things that could come from this. I think a lot of people are kind of dismissing it, maybe because oh, it's boring, or oh, it wasn't what they expected, or oh, whatever. But I mean, if you go through, you're going to level up your stats. You're going to come out of the forge with a higher power score than other heavies, and that'll just be beneficial further down the road. So
I'm just curious what that further down the road is, though. right? Like I know that we don't have the answers, and to be honest, even guessing or speculating at this moment would probably be pretty stupid because we could be close or so far. But like that's the biggest thing for me, is I've been thinking about that too, though. Like I've really honestly enjoyed. I know it's been a grind, but like some of the heavy metal stuff I've enjoyed, not all of it, but being some of the creativity, going into the hunt, some of that's been fun. But at the end of the day, I'm like, well, what is this? Like, what's the outcome after? You know what I mean? Like, because this is a gamified mint. To me, this is very different than Legends of the Marra. Very different. This is a gamified mint, much more so than Legends of the Marra. Obviously, Legends of the Marra, you're gathering these things that will be NFTs, and those will obviously be a benefit for you later. But this straight up is like, how can you make your thing cooler? But why do I need it to be more badass? Like, what's, you know what I mean? Like, I know we've talked about it. We've talked about maybe it's, maybe it's just a dope ass avatar and freaking other side. But is that it? Like, I don't know.
So, I mean, well, two things. I don't know if this is confirmed, but I feel like the amps are largely going to be cosmetic upgrades.
Okay.
I'm not expecting anything crazy from there. I'm kind of setting my expectations at it's cosmetic. And so obviously I'm trying to get, I'm not getting legendaries, but I'm getting epics across the board. So I'll have a couple of options and we'll just throw some epics on there. The power score, I think, will definitely be important with the stats going forward. Obviously, there's tons of things that they can do with that further down the road. It kind of makes me remember when Doodles wrapped their Doodles into like the little spaceships, and those had different stats, which don't do anything. So unlike that, I do think the power score will probably translate into some kind of boost benefit or whatever in the journey to Evo 3. And then that will have a final game, I think, after the Evo 3 thing. It's what it looks like on the little map thing. So anyways, yes, it is a gamified mint. Yes, there are parts of it that are extremely painful. It's a grind. We're all going to look back and be like, damn, remember that one time when we freaking did that for how long? The entire bear market. Remember when we had to, clean up shit for the entire bear market? And then
never thought it was
one of those things you look
around.
back on. And then nobody, well, and here's where the kicker is right. Nobody else is ever going to be able to experience the crap that we're going through right now.
Correct.
Right. So I think, well, yeah.
It's one of those like when
back
old
on some
crypto people are like, "Oh, you don't know what we went through back in the day." Like that's going to be us. We're like, "You have no idea what we went through. Like this shit was a grind to stay involved in this or in this club." Like,
but I really hope it's
doing
something
some
fucking
crazy
badass for all the things you guys both just said. Like, I just hope it's something fucking cool. Otherwise, like, damn, dude, like.
Yeah, I mean, I think no doubt it'll be cool. I think the real incentive, I mean, it really kind of depends how much Apecoin they put in this prize pool, because I think if there's a decent chunk there, like, for a shot at that for only 0.2
low on that too. I'm not.
I mean, my expectations are low on it too, but it's one of those. I just view it as you get some value out of these heavies while getting to hold them and play these games.
Right.
So I do hope though that there is like at least some level of complexity. Because we've seen so far that we can manipulate the attacks that these heavies can do, and we can make significantly larger numbers appear compared to like just regularly going through the rift and just using your base attack stat. For example, I hit like a 38,000 on a monster that had like 500 energy or something stupid like that. So it's like there's potential where it's like there will be some skill or there will be some technique involved. And I think that will play well to like building in the lore of like, remember the big boss. Like, I think if we can have some kind of level of complexity where it's like people have to like actually go through and like learn how to beat a boss.
Yeah.
That will be a great experience to put into this journey. And then maybe it will kind of give some people like, oh, okay, I now see why. I now see how doing all of these things benefited me. I now see why having 20 million energy, built up benefits me. I now see why having the highest attack stat or the highest defense stat benefits me, because I'm getting to this boss fight and I'm either, everyone else is complaining because they didn't they didn't level it up, and I'm over here cakewalking it because I came prepared. You know, like, I don't know. There's just different things where it's like, I don't know. The one thing I keep coming back to, if you've ever played RuneScape, I'm thinking of like Dragon Slayer quest, where it's like one of the very first it's like the in-game free-to-play quest, where it's hard to complete if you're playing the free version of the game, but then it's like, you know, later on, if you have higher stats and you do the membership version of that game, then you have higher equipment, you can come back and you beat the boss like crazy, super easy. I don't know. It's just things like that where I'm like, this is all just part of like a quest line, essentially.
Sure. No, and again, I think again, it's hard to know exactly where this, you know, finish line is, but I would agree. They've though it's sometimes a grind, they have, at least for part of your day, got your mind off of bear market vibes. So that's a positive. Even if that's all it was, that's a positive. So, gentlemen, we've obviously covered a bunch, but we haven't even really started the dig into Legend of the fucking Marra. So, guys, I'm going to turn it over to y'all. Obviously, you guys have been trying to explore, understand as much as possible. Now, again, this is super deep, many layers to this conversation. But for tonight's combo, where do you want to take this start of Legends of the Marra? What have you been learning on your quest?
Yeah. Let me just,
like, Will, where do you want to start here?
Let me pull something up real quick. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're hit straight away with do you boost your vessels or do you just wait the 7 days to nest them? I went ahead and boosted or sped up some of mine to harvest because I'm impatient and have Apecoin rewards from staking. So I'm just like, that's what it's meant for. That's why we're staking, to get these Apecoin, is so we can spin them on this game. So I hatched a few, and then mostly farmers and enchanters, but I know I'm definitely going to do some hunters soon.
Thoughts on the, just first quick question, the 7 day having to wait. There are some people bitching on the timeline, and yeah, I'm going to say bitching. In my opinion, this is just mine. Not
bitching
bored.
like cool, like bitching.
Like, no, like bitching, like crying to this beer or something.
I have to wait 7 days or pay more money.
I just thought it was crazy because, like, we've known this, number one, and Will, you said that like 1,000 times to people, and number two, like, at the end of the day, like, shouldn't Codas get some sort of advantage? I mean, we're talking about a $50 fucking advantage, people. If we really want to get down to brass tacks, I can promise you most people that paid a Coda paid extremely more than the $50 fucking dollars.
Dude, there are people, well, you have two ends of the spectrum, right? You have people that are upset that they have to pay $50 to bring their asset online 7 days early.
Yep.
And then you have people that are bitching because they paid a gazillion dollars for a Coda and they feel like they're not getting fair treatment.
Yeah.
And that's, to all those people, I'm like, it's just very short-sighted, right? It's very, like, you really think this is it for Codas? You get this in Legends of the Marra, and then you're just forgotten about, nothing else coming down the line for Codas. Like, it's just one of those, you get this slight boost in this game. It helps you out rather than having floor stuff. And then we're still going to have more things to do with Codas down the line.
And Will, I did see your tweet a little, maybe an hour or two ago, speaking about Codas, and we don't have to go there yet unless you want to, but I was curious because I thought that would be a good conversation, some dialogue on Codas and people that are maybe, I've seen some bearish sentiment on Codas on the timeline, I'll be honest.
Well, you know, I wrote that, and then we did some more digging. We found out that there's actually limitations to how hard a Coda can go.
Okay.
And so it is what it is, but they're still strong. But they're not as strong as they were when I wrote that tweet. And to explain, I was looking at Codas with the possibility that you could stack 3 weapon Codas on one deed.
Okay.
Let me show an example here.
Because each weapon Coda, when it's in the enchanter role, acts as, what is it, a 35% boost?
A 30% boost. And so essentially, like here, what was I doing? I think it was like this. So this should be 85% boost, right? I should be damn near like rolling with 30% boosts here, here, and 25% there, right? So you come down to this production. Can y'all see this good?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. You come down here, you've got your sediment base, you've got a production percent, which I don't have any of these turned on to. We'll toggle one on for just a second. You get some production boost when you toggle your farmers on, or your Codas to farming, or if you put farmers on there. And then you get speed, which unfortunately is capped at 75%. Now, 75% is the maximum that you can achieve. Even though I have here 60, 85% total, it's just not possible. So even if I had a third weapon Coda here, it would be like 90% boost, but it doesn't actually register. It maxes out at 75%. And the reason why that is, not great is because if you stacked 3 weapon Codas together, a plus 90% speed boost would literally make you the freaking fragment printing machine. You would have like the printing press in your backyard. Fragments would be flooding into your pocket. It would have been so fucking bullish for weapon Codas. It's not even funny.
So what do you think? What is that? Probably why they capped it at 75 though, because they didn't want that like massive.
Yeah, because so the way that it works is you see this rate here. You have a 14 over 6 hours. So you keep this same fraction, 14 over 6. And when you look at the deed, if you just drew a line underneath the environment and, had like your enchanters below the line and your farmers above the line up at the top.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can y'all see my mouse, or am I just?
Yeah. You're good.
You're good, dude.
Okay.
I don't know where you're going with this,
if you draw the line, everything above affects the top number. Everything below affects the bottom number. Okay. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to like wrap your head around, but like, so this is from your top number. This is everything. If I toggle another one of these on, I'll increase my rate.
And that has to, that rate also.
Now I'm at 17 instead of 14.
Tier. Yeah. Right. And that rate also depends on your sediment tier. So there's like a little formula there to
so essentially it's your sediment tier, which is 10 times 1.7, 70% increase in production, which gives you 17. This number is rounded up.
Okay.
It's just rounded. If it's at like
rounded,
if your production speed was like 64%. Oh no, it's rounded up. Sorry, that's rounded up.
Isn't this one rounded up?
Yeah. Your fragments are rounded up, where your time, your speed, it's a different formula, but it's rounded up or down depending on if it's like
it's regular rounded.
Yeah, it's regular rounding.
Okay. So, anyways, that means the lowest speed or the fastest speed you can get or the fastest collection rate you can get is every 6 hours, and that's achieved with a plus 75% bonus. Now, I don't know if this is like a simplified version of like the actuals, or if you really are just going to end up with exactly 17 in 6 hours in this configuration.
That's how
I'll know more. Well, Bryce, you had some fragments, didn't you?
Yeah, I have some fragments. It's all whole numbers, right? It's
whole
1, 2,
numbers.
3, 4,
Okay.
5, 6.
So that means rounding is definitely in play here.
Mm-hmm.
And that means there's bits and pieces where if you have like one step closer to that number, you could get rounded up and potentially produce more without having to fully have that rate. Like, so that's where the rounding kind of comes into play, and it helps.
Change one of your enchanters to something lower, or toggle one of your hunters to farmers or something.
Hold on, friend.
To change your rate from 17, because right now yours is exactly like 10 times 1.7, 17. So there's no rounding there.
What did I miss?
Dude, also, this is just so clean.
Oh,
just side note. It's fucking clean, dude.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I agree.
I think this should knock down enough. Okay, 73%. So see how my rate is still at 6 hours?
Yes.
That means you don't need max 3 Codas across the top to reach the peak rate. That's where it kind of goes a little sideways.
It's like, wait, what?
Right? Because I took away a weapon coda, which was giving me 30%. Well, I mean, I had over 75%.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I have right at 73. So then let's see what else. If we took away another one and just put 68 there, okay, then it switches to 8 hours. Anyways, where was I going with this? There's rates and limits. Essentially, though, once you reach plus 50%, your time is at 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Once you reach 75%, your time is at 6 hours. So it doubles at 25% or at 50%, and it doubles again once you reach 75%. But every single percentage point after 50, really, those percent point increases would have made the production rate just that much more, to the point where if you had a plus 90% production rate with 3 weapon codas, which you cannot do, this is not possible because it's capped, you would have been getting like a 10x production instead of like the maximum, which is 4x.
Yep.
Picking up what I'm putting down?
No.
I think he's confused.
Okay. The maximum you can get is a 4x production increase. And that's when it's
so that's going from 24 hours down to 6.
Gotcha. Makes sense. 24. Yes. Got you.
If you could have put a higher percentage in that speed column,
like 90%.
The math doesn't, like, the numbers don't really look right, but like you get a 2x increase when it's plus 50%. You get that additional 4x once you get it to 75% boost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's just because it's a fraction and you're increasing the denominator equation to make that. So anyways, the thing is if you put 3 weapon codas, that would have actually made it hypothetically plus 90, and that would have been like insanity.
Mm-hmm. If that would have been insane, it's one of those, we probably would have blown through all these fragments, and like, I mean, we could blow through them in like a week or 2 probably.
Well, but then also I was looking at it and it was like, if you had 3 mega codas, untouchable. Like you were literally, you were the fragment, right? Like
100 fragments.
You bled fragment, you pissed fragment. It was just insane.
Yeah.
So
a ton to it. And then there's ways now where you can optimize it, where, you know, if you can get your production at 60% on the money, that's better than 58%, because it's one of those, you save more, the way it rounds and stuff.
Oh,
you more of an advantage out of, you know, some of those certain percentages. So that's kind of what Will and I are working on, trying to figure that out.
Imagine nobody putting his megas on chaos and dominating tier 5.
Be wild.
What is the difference though in the megas? I didn't even see that. What's their up chart?
I mean, we can pull up. Let's see here.
Also, Adam, thanks for being here. Shout out to Other Decks, another amazing tool.
Well, I was just about to shout out.
I was about to say, call up Other Decks, because
let's call it up.
Because yesterday hopped on a call with Adam and we talked through some stuff that was going on here with the
I don't think it's confirmed yet, but I don't see what that effect would be right now.
What do you mean?
Oh, okay, I see.
He said it confirmed chaos has no effect, but I don't think it does.
I mean,
confirmed.
It might not have an effect at this point in time, but I would imagine at some point you should be able to yield chaos.
Yeah.
Something.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Okay, yeah, I remember seeing this. That's right. Okay.
Also, shout out to X Tenacious's mega.
Now we're just gonna blast the timeline so he sees it all over the place and gets FOMO.
So okay. Anyways, though, TLDR, if you wanted to max out your farming production, it is only available in 3 different configurations. No. Well,
4?
actually, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's 3.
No, it is. This is here. This is the slight bit of alpha leak that Bryce and I can release now. Because we've already worked through it. The other stuff is still TBD. But you can achieve the equivalent of a 75% speed boost using 3 codas, just straight codas, 2 weapon codas, and a common enchanter. not enchantor.
Enchantor.
One weapon, one regular coda, and one legendary. So
Legendary.
all three of those combos, 3 codas, 2 weapons, and 1 common, or 1 weapon, 1 coda, and 1 legendary, all give you the plus 75% maxed out boost. And fun fact, in order to achieve said boost, it costs 9 ETH currently across the board. So, which was surprising. All those combinations came out to be about the same.
I think you can get it technically. The cheapest one we found was 8.8, but y'all have to figure that out
8.8
if you really want it.
At 0.2 save.
Hey, bro, you get 8.8 plus a heavy metal, right? So come on now.
Hey, yo.
Come on now.
Yo. Dude, I'll be honest, Dad. I haven't even ripped mine open yet because my fucking minting luck and NFTs in general has been so fucking terrible that I'm probably just going to get absolute commons across the board. I'm like not looking forward to it.
I think I got you beat at like 28, Ziggy. Tough.
Oh, damn. Yeah, dude.
And you bought it from me.
Ziggy.
I did buy it from you. You sold it to me because I had 12 deeds.
You were like, yo, you got the good one. I was like, all right, I'll be a good brother and sell it to you.
Okay.
It's true. That's how it went down.
All I'm gonna say is I don't want to talk about how much I spent on my coda.
It's ridiculous.
I'm not thinking about it. It's way fucking a long time ago. I can't go back in time yet. Dude, again, shout out to other decks. I've been talking to Adam a little in the background too, and just like they're doing some amazing shit over there. We love the graphics. We love the fucking stats. At the end of the day, that's what helps the space move forward. And honestly, they're just starting to cook, you know? There's so much shit to happen. So we love it. We love it. We were talking about that on the other side to get people to spend 200,000 Apecoin. Yeah, Dad, I'll be honest. It's only 7 days. Like, there's so much other shit happening, like just in the world in general. Like, I have not cracked any of mine yet. I haven't spent them on. I could. I just haven't.
Honestly, I think that's pretty smart. Like Will and I think we cracked most of ours open just to, start messing around with statistics and everything. But, if you don't want to play the whole figuring out game, then your best bet's probably wait 7 days, let them hatch naturally. And then, I'm sure other decks and Will and I and other people will have more alpha to share that, when they do hatch, you'll be ready to go.
100%.
So, the one thing I will say is it is a game of rates.
Mm-hmm.
And if you experienced Forge Season 1 voting, if your heavy metal did not get a vote every single day, it did not get any points. And so they came back and they fixed it, and they started saying if you vote at least once, then the heavy will always get 15 points every single day. And it's because it literally became mission impossible when a whole bunch of heavies that weren't getting votes daily were literally like so far under where everyone else's projections go. Mm-hmm. So let me see if I can also pull up. I think there's a visual on other side wiki that shows the projection of the different vote for votes, and that would help make sense of like what we're going to experience. What we're going to experience with Legends of the Marra, because it's all a game of rates. It's all how fast can you optimize, yes or no? And then are you more optimized with higher boost and higher percentages and whatever, to the point where it's like, okay, here, legendaries, these are the people that were getting like the plus 30s a day. Then you have the epics, which are getting like the plus 20s every day. Then you have the rares, which are getting the plus 18s every day. So you see how all these people at the end of the season, they like spiderweb out. They get further and further apart.
Yes.
Everybody starts here and they're all together. Yay.
Yeah, I got you.
And
I didn't know
as you get further and further on down the road, you end up higher in the amount that you accumulate. So that's essentially what we're going to see with, if you're farming fragments, if you're farming with the highest level of production, your line is going to be at the top. Right. Mm-hmm. And then if you're like one with like one farmer that's like a common on like a tier 1 sediment, like you're going to be at the bottom. Right. So it's like, I don't know.
You got a bunch of people on the line right now.
It's all rates. TLDR, it's all rates. Optimize them. It's important that you take some time and like figure out how to optimize your rates.
Especially because doesn't seem like it's going to be one of those you have to go in and update it and move things around every day. You kind of get your rate and set it, and then you just kind of forget about it.
For sure, for sure. Any other alpha or thoughts on just Legend of the Marra, your first 36 hours?
Yes, go ahead and freaking nest your vessels if you haven't done it
your
already.
vessels if
Like
you haven't.
I had a couple people DM me today, and they were like, "What should I do first?" And I was like, "You haven't touched the game. Go nest your vessels." Like,
Yep.
Yes.
That was like the one thing I did actually last night when I finally got home. It's like I nested all my vessels. And actually, our last discussion, because we're getting at the top of the hour, but I'd love to hear. We've talked about this. Are you feeling underexposed to vessels in general?
Yes.
Because I'll be honest, I'm
Very
feeling extremely exposed to them. But
I want to plan first. I don't want to like just woo.
Wait, you don't want to do the FOMO swing, bro?
no. This was swing.
Whoa! This is late night. Late night board game with a raving ape. No, but for real, like I've been thinking about that, and I don't even have like freaking Will. You got like 1 million deeds. I don't have that. Like I think I have 7 currently, but I actually want more.
The problem with 1 million deeds is you need 7 million vessels.
No, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Is like I think I have 6 or 7 deeds, and I think I have like 16 spots, right? And so it's like I need 9 or something more vessels, and it's like, interesting. But I also want to go like rip a freaking land open and see what's inside. Can I pull an enchanter? Like there's all these like sort of fun. We've been talking, at least, I've been talking about pack ripping forever because I love that experience with like Top Shot way back when it was cool and functional. And then even like Azuki doing their reveal shit. And like, this is like kind of the minor version of that, but I love that. Like, again, Dad, that also is like a little FOMO edition. It's like, hey, let's make this fucking cool like experience of opening this thing. And it's like, all right, cool. But that's where I'm at. I'm like I guess at the end of the day, I know, Will, you have a fucking ton of deeds, but like long-term vision, what's your ideal like deed capacity for you? And I won't even get into vessels because that doesn't necessarily matter. I assume we're trying to max out as much as possible. But like, are you wanting to keep 100 deeds like long term, or is that just something for now? You just felt like it was just a great play to make.
Well, I wasn't making them for like I wasn't buying them for a short term play. I kind of was like looking at them, thinking like,
big picture.
What's the one asset that I want a lot of? If I could have a lot of one asset.
Yeah.
And it's basically everything Yuga, right?
Yeah.
So it was at the point where I felt like I could start taking swings at the collection. And maybe it was early. It was early for when I really started buying some stuff. And then like I bought some more and it was still a little too early. And then like, like we could still continue to drift down from here. But I feel like we'll reach a point where it's just not worth selling them anymore. And like, it'll be way more beneficial to just hold them and collect as much sediment fragment as you can and collect as much loot as you can. And, just ride it into the sunset. That's kind of like what I'm thinking is
that's fair. I get it. I think that's
the one thing that comes to mind when I think about like the future vision is like, I just can almost envision it. We're sitting at our computers again. There's going to be some sort of hype moment equivalent to that of the day when we launched Mutants. That was such a hype day. Literally like going back and forth, trying to figure it out. So much, euphoric FOMO and all that kind of crap in the air. But I feel like there's going to be like some like it to me, it seems like if we don't have like another like big bang, like firecracker moment where it's like, like everybody's like having the time of their life again, then it's like, what? Like, I feel like something would have just severely missed the mark. And so I feel like it's kind of inevitable because Yuga does freaking dope shit. People just don't want to wait for forever.
No, agreed. For sure. And like sentiment just sucks too.
Waiting anxiously.
Dude, 100%. We are freaking there with you. I did want to go back to this question because I thought it was a viable question. A single hunter defeating a 54 million shattered HP. What are our thoughts there?
So your base rates attack. and then you'll be able to layer some combos and stuff, which should help.
Yeah.
And also, I think a lot of people forget that you're competing against same environment tiers, right? When you're when hunting. So if you're only going with one hunter, like I would probably put it on a tier 1 deed, so it's maxed out.
Right.
I don't know there, but seems like that makes sense.
I guess we'll learn more. Like, we haven't seen a lot of shattered information yet, obviously, because it hasn't been online, and they're currently working on that. So I'm hoping we get some more thoughts here. Heavy incentive to dump Codas for more vessels.
I mean, for the short term play, maybe. I mean, if people are like, first glance, oh, they're not that much better, sell it and sweep a bunch of other shit, like, cool, go for it. But long term still, I don't know. I don't see a huge incentive to floor all my Codas.
Sure. Yeah. Will's army of Codas will not be floored.
No, I want I'm trying to get as much firepower on that 1 deed that I have to kind of like see if I can be competitive, and I might jump down to like a tier 4 deed, just so I can actually have a shot, because I think megas are probably going to rule over on the tier 5 environments. But then again, somebody could drop a mega on a tier 1 and just clean up shop, right? So I don't know. There's options.
Yeah, dang,
for
they could do that, huh? Put a mega on the as the hunter, and then do a weapon or just 3 base Codas as the enchanter, and that's like as high as you can get production speed wise. Dang.
Or you could do one of the other combinations we talked about, which is actually no.
3 Coda, yeah, you could do
well. So the max is 50% for the boost for. Yeah, so you could do a tier 5 enchanter, because it's actually the same boost as a Coda.
Yeah. That's right.
Which is an interesting little nugget there. So, But even that only gets you to 45. So you'd have to do. You could do like 2 weapon Codas and a common enchanter to get you to that plus 50%. I don't know. There's so many things, so many different combinations. Like, everybody just needs to get in there, try some stuff out, and then lock it in. Where the hell did Phil go?
I think his Wi-Fi must have went out or something, because he just
See you later, bud.
Dipped on out of here.
Yeah, so I don't know. Lots of combinations. Definitely get in there, try it, check it out, and see what works. See, and then you can eventually, if Bryce and I can get this guide out, you'll hopefully be able to use that as a reference to help kind of piece together your ideal farming setups, your ideal hunting setups. A lot of stuff to think through. You think outside Yuga NFTs will be less powerful than basic Marras? No, I think they're probably going to play a different role. Similar to how like enchanters have like their own role. There's probably going to be some way that I don't necessarily think they'll fill a slot that already exists on the board right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
that would be way too hard to try and then figure out which boost you give to which of these partners.
Ziggy gonna keep a pendant vessel unhatched forever. I mean, I don't know though. Have you seen some of the pendant vessels? They look really great.
A legendary
Daniel had one that was like
whew.
Yeah,
pretty dope.
Favorite? What's your favorite Marra? I've already got 2.
I think legendary farmer is just badass.
Hold on, let me pull it up. We'll take a look.
Let's see what it Phil say.
I don't know. I was trying to stall until Phil returned, but he might not be coming back.
No, his transformer blew. Rip GG.
Yeah. So real quick, we'll try and wrap it up here in a minute.
Looks like we got
Phil with the the power outage.
The shattered might be with me, guys. Listen, update from Dallas Fort Worth. No exact location. I'm not giving you that, but transformer 100% just blew. It sounded like something blew up, and my power's out. So,
are you still inside, or do you make your way outside?
I'm inside, dog. I'm inside.
It's like you're roaming the streets outside.
Maybe I should go check if Whataburger still has some freaking service or something, dude.
Be like,
Hello?
hello?
No, go on, Kings. I'm gonna creepily stand here and listen to y'all wrap the show.
Yeah, I was just gonna say my favorite Marra thus far, by far, the legendary farmer takes the cake.
So sick.
So clean, so cool, just nice and flowy. Love the vibes.
Honestly,
And then-
the middle guy there's not too bad either. The rare farmer, he looks pretty nice.
This
His
guy?
eyes really pop.
That is true. That is true. My other pick is this little nugget right here. I don't know why, but like he just looks like he's got some battle armor on. He looks like he could maybe. This one to me is funny.
Kind of looks like a Bieber flow.
Yeah, it looks like he got some flowy hair. But yeah, this rare enchanter would be my number 2. I'm not quite sure what that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
And this guy has way too much style. Like I could never pull that off.
It looks like Teen Wolf, dude. The freaking
Right.
hunter.
This one looks like it's got a little sweater on.
Yeah, it does.
This one looks like it's got a pot on its head and he's peeking through a hole.
The uncommon
Yeah.
enchanted are pretty nice too. I kind of like their little bubbly.
Much
Well,
flow,
I don't
much
know.
flow.
Very nice, very nice.
So yeah. Anyways, that's all I got for now. I gotta go finish up some vote for votes.
A lot more calculating to do.
A lot more calculating to do for sure.
Much
but
math.
hey, we're wrapping up
So-
Forge tomorrow, so yippee-ki-yay, we are freaking done with that shit. On to the 5th, which is only 2 weeks.
Let's go.
So that's fantastic.
We love
2
to do
weeks, and then we'll have the final 3-week countdown leading into Ape Fest, where we will, we'll probably. I don't know what I'm gonna do without my vote for votes.
Yeah, right.
IRL. I might have to go, find my people I've been voting with, because I'm sure they're just as through with it as I am.
For real. But we chug along. We excited to see how this stuff keeps progressing. Excited for the next week to come and everybody else that's just choosing to nest their vessels. Excited to see all those reveal and then continue watching price action, and we'll just kind of see how things keep moving along.
Continued updates, as always, from us. These two mathematician wizards over here will continue to push out amazing content to hopefully help you. Don't mind my creepy face if you're just tuning in, a Transformer Blue. Shout out to Texas's Power Grid. I appreciate that y'all think that you can do it yourself, Texas, but apparently we cannot today.
No.
Listen, if you haven't yet, though, make sure you subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit us with a follower on Twitter. We're almost at 2,000 followers. When we do hit 2,000 followers on Twitter or on X, we'll do another giveaway. We got all the giveaways. We want you in the guild. Board Guild. Get there. If you don't know it, hit us in the DMs on Twitter. We'll hit you a link just to come and have a conversation, and we'll be giving away vote for votes. Starting tomorrow, maybe, potentially. We'll talk about it. Sometime soon, we will have votes.
Yeah,
Anything else, gents?
We appreciate everybody stopping by, throwing some stuff in the comments, giving us some things to talk about. We appreciate y'all stopping by. So
Yeah,
we'll
thanks
see
for
y'all
coming.
next week.
Peace.
That money clip us now, the new now looks like whoa. Upgrade her diamonds, now her girlfriends are like whoa. I hit record a drop, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming now these cars and planes, I'm always boarding. Just out touring down in Charlotte like I play for Hornets. When I'm performing, never boring, now you can't afford it. Champagne Perrier, Spanish friends on my face, looking like I'm from the D. These no Cartiers, pockets deep, bro.